Now we'll do skip count by 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10. Let's get started. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Now 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Now 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Now 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Now 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Thank you. Now I'm gonna tell you the story of the ants and the grasshopper. Once upon a time, while the summer is still there were lots of animals having fun, and there's no trouble. And then there was a lazy grasshopper. The lazy grasshopper, he was just singing and eating the food in the roots and just taking a rest. When he heard a noise of something, he jumped up in a tree. And then he saw a trail of ants marching. And then she jumped down. And then he saw a little ant. He fell down. And then the grasshopper said to the little ant, What are you doing? Why are you carrying food to your anthill? And then the little ant said, because there's something we have to do. Wait, is there a party? No. Wait, don't. And then the grasshopper said, wait, don't tell me that there's a disaster coming. And then the little ant said, no, there's no disaster coming because winter is coming. And then the grasshopper said, we don't know if it's coming. And then the ant was tired hearing his words. And then she was trying to carry the food on his back, but he can't. And then the grasshopper said, Here, I'll give you a little help. He put the food on the back of the ant, but still he didn't help the ant. And also, while the summer is still there, and he was just singing and taking a rest. He was just singing like, what a beautiful day, summer is still here. And then a squirrel approached. He looked out of the trunk of the tree, and then he said, "Oh, stop right there! Stop, you grasshopper! Go somewhere else to sing." And then the grasshopper stand. He stared at the squirrel, and then he walked. And then the grasshopper said an animal doesn't know how to respect an artist. and then the winter was almost arriving, and then it arrived. And then the ants nest opened the door. I mean, when the ants opened the door from in the anthill, and then they saw there's a lot of white snow left. No more sun. And then the grasshopper was just digging for some food, and they haven't eaten a single food for the whole day because the winter was coming. And then she think about the ants in the summer. And then he didn't like his idea that he was singing and then just eating the dry food in the roots. And then he approached to the ant hill. And then he said the grasshopper said in the hill, "Is anybody there?" And then the ant said, "Who is it?" And then the grasshopper said, "My dear friend, it's your friend, the grasshopper." And then the queen ant approached by, and then he said to the little ant, "Who is that inside there? And who is that outside knocking on the door?" And then the little ant said, "Oh, it's just the lazy grasshopper. Don't mind about him." And then the queen ant said, "Anybody who speaks for help and knocks on our door, we must help them." And then when they opened the door, they saw the grasshopper was just lying down. And then the ants carried the grasshopper. And then he said, and then when the grasshopper woke up, the ants gave them food. And then the grasshopper spoke to the little ant, and then the grasshopper said, "From now on, I will never be lazy." And then they gave them food and water again, and then that's the end. So what did we learn? In that story? We learned about not be lazy, and we have to be prepared in some like in winter times or hard times. And that's all I can say for today. Thanks. These are the steps in doing a science activity. First, identify a problem. Second, making a scientific guess. Third, listing the needed materials. Fourth, doing an experiment. Fifth, digging through the results. Sixth, writing a conclusion. And seventh, applying the discovered science ideas in your life situation. And now for the basic science skills. First is observing. What is observing? Observing is the sense to study. Is the sense to study the objects, events, and people. Seeing, smelling, touching, and feeling involve the use of your sense organs. Second, make a scientific guess. Is thinking the possible answer to an experiment. Third, predicting is telling what can possibly happen. It's telling what can possibly happen based on what happened in the past. Fourth, classifying is grouping objects based on color, texture, size, weight, shape, odor, and other qualities. Fifth, measuring. Measuring is finding out the size is finding out measuring is finding out the size using a measuring tool. Sixth, communicating is telling others your ideas or conclusions. 7. Interpreting is explaining something based on what happened. And seventh, of course, comparing is finding out similarities and different objects. Is finding out similarities and differences, I mean. And that's all. Thank you. These are the 3 basic food groups. We have go, grow, and glow. First one is go. Go are energy-giving foods. They give your body enough energy. They give your body enough energy to be able to do your daily activities. You have the energy to run, walk, and move around. Next is grow. We have you might get carbohydrates from these examples. We have egg, bread. We have rice, bread, and root crops and cereals. And now for the grow foods. Grow foods are body building foods. They give you protein and build and repair your body tissues. You might get protein from these. You might get proteins from these kinds of foods. We have beans, cheese, eggs, and milk. And lastly, for the glow foods. The glow foods are body regulating foods. They give you vitamins and minerals. You have to eat vegetables and fruits so you can have vitamins and minerals. Yay! And that's all I can say for today. Thanks. It is comprised of families living in a specific place. There are different kinds of communities. Farming communities. People in farming communities are selling crops and other products in nearby markets. Fishing community. Fishing communities are found in the seas, lakes, and rivers. Resort communities. The Philippines is also known for its beautiful beaches and resorts, like Boracay and Puerto Galera. Mining communities. Mining communities can be found in mountain areas like in Cotabato and mountain provinces. Industrial areas. Industrial areas can be found in towns and cities. People here are working in factories. Commercial communities. Commercial communities can be found in business centers. And that's all. Thank you.